This is a fully working circuit board, and we didn't use a single chemical to make it. If you're in the PCB or circuit board manufacturing industry, then you might want to give this video a watch, because our tech is going to change the way that these get made. For anyone who isn't in the PCB manufacturing industry, a quick rundown of how they normally get made. You know when you were a kid doing arts and crafts and you would paint a shape in PVA glue and then sprinkle glitter across the whole thing? Once it had dried, you could shake off the dried glitter and you'd be left with your art. Well, PCB manufacturing is actually pretty similar. Basically, you cover the traces that you want to keep in a protective chemical, and then you dump the whole thing in acid. And the acid eats away the top layer, which is conductive, and leaves behind a layer underneath that is not, meaning that it will only conduct electricity along the lines that you have preset. Now, this is the way that chip manufacturing has worked for decades, but there's quite a few reasons why it might be time for a change. More on that later. But if all you're doing is removing a bit of a conductive surface, then why not do it on a laser? Which is exactly what I did. I used our Micrometer 30-watt fiber to leave me with the exact traces I wanted. And because it's being lasered, I kind of had a bit of fun. I have turned the Lotus Laser logo into a circuit board because I can make it any shape I want. So this board should in theory be connected from the laser side all the way up to there, and then from the system side all the way up to there. If I put these pins on the two flat bits, you can hear that beat? We're getting continuity, that's good. Moment of truth, right. If I go for just there, Yes! It worked! The question is, are they accidentally conducting to each other? Because if they are, this whole thing is game over. Absolutely nothing. So you can see these traces, they're not connected to each other, but they are absolutely connected to themselves, going all the way from the bottom terminal up through the Lotus logo and out the top. Seeing this work with a continuity test is pretty cool, but if I'm really selling this as a practical application for something that the industry could look to, then I'm not just gonna leave it like this. We're gonna fit it to a machine.
Two of the original cables out of our loom.
Yep.
Putting that into your bypass and
Yep.
running them back to where they were originally.
So it's working exactly as it did.
As it did, but we're going to throw that in the middle of the circuit.
Our circuit board.
Yeah.
Love that.
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
We're good at it.
While our wireman Shane is getting everything sorted, I thought I should answer the question, why would you even want to laser etch a circuit board? And there's actually a few really good reasons. Acid etching uses acid. A lot of those chemicals can be very dangerous to handle. In fact, cupric chloride etching, which is a very common way of making PCBs, also has the side effect of producing chlorine gas. So you have to have really good ventilation to get rid of it. Secondly, there can be some inconsistency. If the temperature or the pH of the chemicals are bad, then you're not going to produce the same results, whereas a laser is much more likely to get it the same every time. And thirdly, this one has nothing to do with chemicals, but we're living in a world of economic instability and increasing difficulty around shipping and trade routes. So having an all-in-one box that does every part of the circuit building might actually be a good future investment. Can I turn it on? Can I test it?
Of course you can.
Yes!
Wow, it works.
It works. It does work.
It works.
That is very cool. So we are just basically running this LED through our circuit board. Works perfectly. See? Honestly, future of tech. There you go. I am chuffed with that. We make lasers here. We make bloody good lasers. But the thing that sets Lotus apart actually is kind of innovating the idea that you would never have thought of. If you're interested in seeing more of that kind of thing, have a look at our 6-axis custom build laser video. That machine is crazy, and I give you a full rundown of all the weird tech that we put inside it. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers, Shane.
No problem.